And action. Hello and welcome to another edition of Yoga for Cats, Yoga for Chickens. Welcome back. Oops, sorry about that bonk on the mic. Welcome back to all my regulars. There's a regular Banu. Here's a regular baby monster, obscured by chickens. And if you've never been here, I guess I'm Carlos, and we're coming to you from Tucson, Arizona. This is glorious. Okay, start to meditate, you guys. But we have clouds for the first time, maybe ever since COVID. We've got clouds. We had a couple sprinkles of rain. So great. So this is just wonderful. And we're going to be having a big, giant full moon, huge full moon coming possibly right around when you get this video, or maybe right after, and Halloween. Okay, so let's I'll assume you're in a meditative mood, ready for some yoga. You wouldn't have turned it on if you weren't ready for some yoga, so maybe we don't need to meditate as long because you're ready to go. Grasp your feet. Inhale, lengthen your spine upward, and exhale, fold over your legs. You probably can't see poor baby monster, can you? In the tall grass. Poor thing. Slowly come up into our camel ride, exhaling back, inhaling forward. So even before, oh no, that's unfortunate. All right, so we had a little mishap with our temporary fencing. And it scared Banu away, scared the chickens away. I think the chickens have never seen Banu move that fast before. And so maybe we'll take a little look at that in slow motion while you do your Kundalini camel ride. But first, let me tell you, it was during our full moon yoga that we first started making a rolling motion instead of a bow motion. So roll through this in like the cycles of the moon. Okay, great. And then maybe we'll take a look at what happened with the fence in slow motion. Well, wasn't that interesting? Okay, let's go around the other way, backward. So here comes Banu again. He's coming back. I think, oh, baby just walked off camera. Bad girl, come here, baby. Come here, come here, come here. Come here, Banu. And here come the chickens. They don't get scared for long. Come here. Rita. Rita's the most brave. She'll be the first one back. It's so windy. I hope the wind is not making a lot of noise on the mic. If it is, I apologize. Come here, Banu. Let's go around in a circle. Wow. Come here, Banu. Come here, Banu. He's looking straight at me. Strange afternoon. Something's in the air. Banu just took a swipe at the chickens. He's never done that. No, he's only done it once. Come here, Banu. All right, we're gonna go down into the dantian, moving in a orbit around a pretend sort of circle sphere just below and behind the navel. Shouldn't say it's pretend. Come here, baby. Boy, I can't get any cats. You know, this is against my rule of yoga for cats, because cats don't want to watch me doing yoga. Come here, kitties. We'll fix it. Give me 2 more minutes. If we can't get the cats back and the chickens back, I'll do something. So actually, I'm going to go so tiny in the dantian that you can't even see the rotation. Now I'm going to go the other direction. And then go external. Now you can see it. Now you can see it more. Now you can see it even more. Remember, when the hands come back to the knees, now you plunge deep into the pelvic bowl. One more time around. All right. Cross your legs the other way. Well, this is just ridiculous because baby's just right over there. She's boycotting. Come here, baby. And the bribery's not working. Fold your arms out, walk your hands forward. Stay here. All right, let's come back up. Good. And then child praise to the Buddha. So this is the full moon set with all the children poses. Children, stars, and our goddess for this month is Lakshmi. Why were you hiding? Don't hide. Don't bonk the mic. Go the other way, please. Reverse. There we go. Maybe Coco will be the first one back. Come here, Coco. Come here, Coco. Oh, okay, great. So, that's my girl. What are you hiding for? Okay. They got scared when that fence fell over. Here come the girls. They're coming back. Okay, so let's do some stars. A 3-point star is with your legs as far apart as they can go. And the arms up. There comes Fauna. The first one back is Fauna. Amazing. That's a 3-point star. This would be a 5-point star. Bring your legs maybe shoulder width apart. Take my word for it. I know you don't need to, but you should. Let's go twist. And then bring the opposite hand to the opposite leg or foot. Here they come. All right. Let's come back to center. They're very cautious because of the danger. They're all bunched really tightly together. They normally don't do that. Let's twist to the other side and then dive down, hand to the opposite leg or foot. Roll this top palm under if you can see that. So what we'll do then is just go back and forth. If you want, you can hold this as a static pose if you want, or go back and forth, but still slowly. Yeah, there's a good girl. That's my good girl. I got you. I'll protect you. Yeah, you guys were scared, weren't you? How about one more to each side? Remember our little rule. On your last one, you're not fudging your way through it, looking forward to the next pose. You're trying to do your very best job on your last one. And remember, I never rush ahead and leave anybody behind. But if you do end early, just do some shoulder rolls. This is not a throwaway either. Every time you do shoulder rolls, you're thinking, are you getting a larger range of motion with that roll? Try the other direction. Yeah, I knew the girls would be back. I'm surprised Banu left. Let's do a 6-pointed star. Excuse me, baby. Aww. Even right after I get her back. So it starts out with a 4-pointed object. You add your elbows, adds 2 more. That's 6 points. This is dedicated to Aditi, goddess of the boundless sky, breaker of rules, one child for every sign of the zodiac. All right, let's come up. Let's go into our crescent moon. Remember this one, knee is in the instep. This is the bottom of the crescent. We continue the crescent around behind. Go, go, go. All the way around. And remember to come back around. Look what you found. Look what you found. Leave your feet where they are. Just let the knees come over. And I slightly shifted. I didn't even need to do that. Let's come back over. So we can add a childlike press up. So press up and reach. And around to the other side. You got to reach this hand around as far back as it'll go to do it all in one nice movement. So mine is not quite right because baby is in my way. She's nice enough to be hanging out. Come here, come back. Come here, baby. Uh-oh, I heard a hawk, you guys. Or no, I heard something. Last one, you guys. Last one. All right, and over to here. I got stuff all over around here. All right. Hey, don't do that. Don't do that. Okay, watch out. You're getting in some trouble. Come here. No, don't leave. You stick around. This is your area. Okay, so we're going to take a short break for child pose because we got to review the nature of the classic child pose, and this time I have to actually get to show you the real Hatha classic, I have to get my face down into the dirt. I'm willing to do that. Oh, and then arms back, palms facing up. So it's very nurturing. It's very closed. Conserving energy. And for some people, they could actually fall asleep in this pose. Others, it's more of a stretch. So just remember that tightly wound, or that wound up ball of energy. And we'll do our, this is great. This is great weather we're having, you guys. We'll do our squat with that in mind, and I'll turn obliquely from you so you can see what the heck I'm talking about. This is the first, or one of the only squats we do with our legs together, right? We'll open our hips later, I promise. So I'm going to bring my hands back behind me and put some weight in my hands so I can actually kind of tip back a little bit into my hands and come into a child pose feeling here. Hey baby, come back. Come back. Don't leave. Stick around. Come on, you gotta stick around. Everyone loves Baby Monster. You can't leave. Okay. So hang forward, bend. And then,
know what we're going to do? We're going to head over to the dojo to do some standing poses, and then we'll come back out here if the weather still holds, and we'll come out back without the chickens, or with the chickens and the cats, and see, and come back down to the ground. So we'll come up. So this is a good time for your water break if you want to take one. You'll pause, but I won't pause. Or, yeah, you know what I mean. Okay, so see you in a moment. And we're back. So, we're over here at the dojo for some standing poses. So let's come up to standing, and for our next lunar movement, we'll do a half moon side stretch. Okay, so remember, start this one out very minimal. Don't do hardly anything, because we're going to go back and forth. And each time we go back and forth, you do a little bit more. So we'll just ease our way into this. So inhale up, exhale over. So you got the hang of it. Go at your own pace. You may coordinate your breathing if you like that. Otherwise, just breathe naturally and let your body coordinate itself, and it will do approximately what I suggested. You watch and see. My feet are parallel, so I'm stable. There's no risk of me tipping over. That's one thing you don't have to think about. So the breathing instructions in our movements are very naturalistic. This is what your body would probably do if I said nothing. The more arbitrary breathing, the breathings where the instructions are more necessary, is in like pranayama breathing techniques, which we don't do that much of. And I've said it before, I'll say it again. The reason we don't do that much of that is that that's pretty advanced stuff. I think that most of us walk around starved for oxygen, breathing through our mouth, not through our nose. So I think if we just, and then also keeping most of our breathing shallow, if we work on long, deep, even breathing, as much as possible through the nose, or just more than we normally breathe through our nose, I think that is so huge right there. That's plenty, right? And then to get into more complicated things beyond that, that's fine, but we've got our work cut out for us just in normal life. So I'm not even talking about during our yoga practice or during meditation, our meditative practices. I'm just saying in normal life, more long, even, calm breaths through the nose. Even during exercise, you guys, even during exercise, breathe through the nose a little bit more and calm your breathing so you're not gulping air. So this is not my opinion. This is all based on studies, breathing studies that have nothing to do with yoga per se. So you know what? Next time you come over to one side, why don't we just hold this here, make sure that we got a thorough side stretch. Oh, we lost our cat. Baby, come here. I zoned out for a second, you guys. Baby, come back. We'll get her back. Or for crying out loud, we'll do yoga where she wants to do yoga. If she doesn't want to come over here, we'll go over where she is, all right? Yeah, why not? She's the queen. So, but I can't stop right in the middle of my pose here. Okay. So we could use the same terms to describe our stretches. Long, even, and natural. You're not doing anything that your body doesn't really want to do. That's the definition, my definition of natural. It's all stuff. It should be fairly similar to what your body wants to do in the morning when you first wake up. Although we noticed that our instinctive stretches are a little different than yoga stretches, but we won't go into that now. Okay, so great. So now that we've got a thorough side stretch, you can underdo your half moon balance. Now stay here. Come on, stay here. Stay here, baby. That's right. We did our side stretch, so now we can do our balance, right? Without having to come back. Oh, God. All right. Come here, baby. Oh, jeez. All right, well, if she's going to meow, then that's okay, because that will keep your cats entertained. Yeah, okay, good. So, a little bit of the side bend, and then this leg comes out. So, you see, it's this crescent, right? If I did the other leg, it would feel good, but it wouldn't make the same shape, that moon shape. Oh. Okay, so we can't see her, but we can hear her. Almost as good. Sure that's what you want to go with, baby? So we go over, and then this comes out. So not a big deal on the side bend. And remember, if you lose your balance, just relax and release. So if I began to lose my balance, I wouldn't struggle. I would just, that's it. Okay, great. So then let's do, what is she doing? Oh my God. Come here, baby. I'll let her mess around for a while. Let's do another star pose, 2 star poses. A 5-point star. Come here. Come here, star of the show. Okay, so come into your 5-point star, please. Don't bend over the way I am. I'm just trying to keep her here a little longer. There you go. Okay, so 5-point star. I'm going to make this a little wider. And remember we were talking about the difference with our nomenclature. This is wide because I'm facing you. The moment that I turn, it's going to change from wide to long in terms of our 3 dimensions. God. All right, crazy cat. So I'm going a little wider than normal. Actually, I'm going a lot wider than normal. And then I'm going to turn to one side. And now see how wide became long? So now, and I bend one knee. So now my definition of wide would be this dimension here. Get it? Okay, so in a warrior pose, I want to be straight up and down, but in this Tai Chi pose, or it's a movement called reach up to touch the 7 stars of the Big Dipper, I'm actually going to angle over. So it's permissible. So I'm going to start to drop this arm down and turn. Then the hand comes under, the wrists meet, and the fingers extend up. And then I'm either making kind of a straight line from my fingertips back to my back heel, or maybe a little bit of a crescent, but I'm not struggling to look up. We don't look up too much in Tai Chi. I wouldn't look at the ceiling. You can look at your fingers. How about one more breath here? And then this arm's going to come back down. I'm going to turn to face you. We'll pause. Hit our 5-pointed star. Come back, baby. Come here. She's out. Turn to the other side. Come into like this is a super warrior 2, super long or wide, however. And then make it even wider. And this is going to come down, up. Okay, see if I can do this a little better. One more breath. This arm comes down. Turn back to face you. So now jumping in from this wide is a little bit of a problem, but I'll see if it works. And that's sort of our definition of floating, because I couldn't get much power out of my legs. I had to float myself up like that. So let's see. I think we're done with our standing poses. So we'll head back out to the yard, see who's out in the yard, okay? So we're going to come down into a hanging forward bend. Or you guys can have a little water here. And we'll head back out to the yard. We'll see who we can find out there. And we're back outside. Let us come to a downward facing dog. And we'll lift one leg dedicated to Lakshmi. Remember Lakshmi? This leg is pointing towards your goal in life. Lakshmi is goal-oriented and gently assists you in reaching your goals. Also the goddess of wealth and prosperity and beauty. But if you have a hard time completing tasks, Lakshmi's the one for you. Let's do the other leg. One more breath. Lower that leg and then appreciate the stability of the two-legged downward dog. And why don't we come up, well, let's see. I'll tell you what, let's take it a little easier. Let's walk our hands back towards us. And then, now if you're on the end of your mat, you're going to have to turn around. We'll step back into lunge. And then we'll do Anjaneyasana, our child God pose. Okay, drop the knee, flatten the foot out. This is same thing as crescent moon, but it's a lunar eclipse. Remember the myth? Anjaneya, the child god, left home alone, like Macaulay Culkin, and he saw the moon go in front of the sun, flew up, pushed out of the way. Very bad move, because you're not supposed to do that. Bad things happen, but it all turned out okay.
more breath. Then drop your hands down. Hands back down. Curl the toes under. Back up to lunge. And then we'll come up into our half moon balance from down here, because that's the way a child would do it. What are you doing, Banu? Relax, relax. Okay, so remember, I could bring this hand out in line with my foot, but I'd be more stable if I bring it over here a little bit. And then I'm going to come up to here with both hands, and then turn out. Bring that hand up. The final thing, the hardest thing, is to look up at the hand, so don't rush to do that. Whoa. Whoa. It's windy. Wind almost blew me over. Woohoo! Excellent. All right, that's enough, you guys. I'm going to cut this one short because I almost got blown over. Back down to here. All right, so come back to lunge, and then back, step up, and you can pet your kitty cat, and then step back to on the other side. Okay, and I hope you can't even see my hands when I reach up, because it's not about me. About our beautiful cats and chickens. So when you're ready, you'll bring your hands to your heart. Remember, this is always perfectly fine just to do this much. Or there she comes. There's the girl. About one more breath. And then hands to the heart. Hands back down. Come on, you guys. Come here. Don't leave yet. That's a good girl. I'll get to her in a second. Well, I better give her her treat. Otherwise, the bribes will stop working. Okay, into our half moon balance. Are you ready for this? 2 hands at first, and then when you're comfortable, do 1, and when you're sure you're comfortable, look up at your hand. Good. It's getting windy. I better come back down. Okay, all the way down. Oh no, I'm sorry. Yeah, come all the way down, but then we have to get back up here to straighten out, or to center ourselves. Okay. Let's see what else we got. Well, hey Rita, are you in a better mood now than you were before, Rita? You better be. Okay. Just back to child again. Dog again. One more good stretch here, and then down to hands and knees, and then all the way down to do some different versions of child pose. Everyone's favorite is the extended version. And then there's the version with, I think you can see this, the Anjali Mudra above the head. And I want you to be relaxed, but don't relax so much. Keep drawing walk your elbows forward if you could. All right. So that's 3 versions of a child pose, and now everybody's gone. What the heck? Let's do. Come here, Banu. I gotta get 1 cat back. Come on, 1 cat. 1 is all we need. That's the minimum requirement. That's a good girl. Yes, so reliable. She wanted to go over to the dojo this morning, but I told her we weren't doing yoga in the morning anymore. Let's do our rabbit pose. Several versions. Okay, I guess I gotta get my head in the dirt again. I'm gonna find a nice clean spot. Come here, baby. Come here. Okay, come forward. And then up on your toes. And then either reach back, hold your heels, or keep your knees further away and hold your ankles. Or everyone's favorite, I think, is arms behind the back. Relax. Take some time to let your shoulders adapt to this weird shape. So for those of you who still can't see a rabbit in the moon, I think by maybe in the notes for the video, I'll tell you actually which craters on the moon form the rabbit, because it's very real. I'm not making it up. 1 more breath. And then come on down. Come up to sitting. No. Let's do our half moon movement. Come on, cats. Come here, Banu. Come on. Only 1 loyal cat. Banu's kind of out of it today. All right. Half moon movement. Yeah, there's a good girl. You remember this one like that. Inhale up, exhale down. Come here, baby. Here's a big one. There's a little tiny one for you. Keep going. How about 1 more and we'll hold it up at the top. Ooh, I think the chickens may be intimidated by this darkness. They might be going in early. Who needs them? As long as we have 1 cat, that's all we need, right? Let's do the other side. Come here, Banu. Now Banu's kind of observing us. I wish he'd come over here. Come here, Banu. Weed whacker. No way. Oh, not a weed whacker. Please, no. Okay, last time up. One more breath. All right, that's it. There's no way I'm doing it with this weed whacker going on. There's just no way. I am so sick of these power. Forget it. Let's go. We'll go into the dojo, you guys. Okay. Namaste. See you shortly. All right. So we've been driven to the dojo because it got too noisy out in the neighborhood. So let's see if we can finish up here. How about let's do lay back, hug your knees to your chest. You do this too with us, baby. Keep an eye on her. If she does a pose that we can do, we'll emulate her. So far, nothing super impressive. Let's do our bridge. Okay. So remember, we're trying to make this bridge very dynamic. I know you could just come up like this, but so we're going to add even more difficulty. So first, remember, you draw your lower abdominal muscles down. That imprints your lower spine into the mat, and it rocks the pelvis upward. Now the tailbone is sort of tending to point up higher, and the first few vertebrae are the hardest. So but then to add to this, imagine a huge weight on your abdomen holding you down, and so you have to struggle to get that first vertebra up, and then the second. The first 5 are the hardest. Okay, and then when we get up into the middle spine, it becomes easier, but make it harder. Keep this down. It's all in your imagination. And then it gets easier and easier the higher we come. That's just the way the spine works. And then when you get to the top, push those hips up a little higher. You can either press down with your palms for stability, or you can tuck your shoulders under and join your hands underneath you. And then we will lift one leg up. This is dedicated to Lakshmi. Again, she helps you achieve all your goals. But you have to point clearly. You have to visualize your goals clearly in order to make it easier to attain them. One more breath. And then lower that leg. We'll come back down. So we're coming back down just as methodically. One vertebra, the top vertebra, those are easiest. And then it gets harder the lower we go. So when it gets down into the lumbar region, you have to imagine your hips are pulling upward to slow down this progress. All right, and then at the very bottom, okay, great. So we're gonna go up just as methodically. I don't need to explain it anymore. Draw this down. Tip up. Keep breathing. So whenever we're engaging the abs, there's a tendency to choke off our breathing, but you can still breathe into your sides and your chest and your back, right? So we get up as high as we can. Tuck your shoulders under. Other leg comes up this time. Nice and tall and straight, pointing, breathing. So the lower spine can literally or practically fuse if we don't use them, or if they're injured also. One more breath. Come on down. We'll come on down nice and slow. You see what it is, as I think I've mentioned, the cats like the groundwork. They don't like the standing poses because when we're doing standing poses, we're likely to step on their tail or something. No, everything's fine. Okay, how about we'll do our table pose. Okay, so remember to get up to sitting, don't hold here when you're rocking up, hold here. And this allows you to extend your legs forward and the weight goes forward and it'll pull you up. So if needed. So get a little rocking going around your back and then it looks very graceful. It is graceful. And but you don't need your legs that much eventually. You don't need to do that weight transfer. So let's do our table pose. And remember, you guys, I know you have the core strength for this, but we're worried about our wrists and our shoulders. That's the only thing that we have to worry about. And so be super careful. Just come up very slowly and come up into a nice table. Relax your neck. Keep breathing. How about one more breath? Sit back down. All right, so now you can either do another table or you can do Kamatkarasana. The reason we include it in this set is it's called the wild child at your other classes, but we know better that there's a very poetic translation from the Sanskrit that is the ecstatic unfolding of the enraptured heart. Has nothing to do with kids, super romantic, very joyful, but don't worry if you can't do it. It's a difficult pose. So just do your table if you don't want to do it. So this is the one, remember, if you remember, we come up to here and then pick a side and then reach up and over. So I'm actually turning over. Remember, we've turned all the way over to downward facing DOG before. You could do that if you want to. I'm not going to do it now because Baby Monster is here. The mic is in the way. One more breath and then come back down. Why don't we come all the way back down, rest our shoulders, rest our wrists, snap, crackle, pop, and then when you're ready, come back up, and then other side. Breathe, extend, little twist, little reach. We save the hard poses for last so that you're most warmed up, least likely to pull something. One more breath. And then down. All right, lay back. Hug your knees to your chest. So remember, since our theme is children and infants and babies, we'll do happy baby. You can rock. See, now if I tipped over, I'd go right on to baby. It would serve her right, actually, for being such a little monster. But you guys don't see her when she's behaving badly. You think she's just real cute all the time. But so this is one of our last chances to really loosen our lower back with a little bit of rocking here. What I was saying is I used to demonstrate how we could go all the way over to one side and then boost ourselves up with our arm, with our elbow, without losing the pose. You can do that at home if you want, but I'm not. Well, I'll do one side. I'll just do one. Oh, there she goes. Hey, come back. All right, I'll show you. It's like that. All right, that's enough of that. Okay. Okay. Okay, so hug your knees to your chest, and then we'll do our final twist. Knees to one side, head to the other. Baby, come back. What did you see? I wonder if one more bribe would work. I wonder what drew her away. She looked like she saw something, but there shouldn't really be anything in the dojo here, unless it's like a ghost cat. Okay, let's come over. That's a Halloween reference, you guys. It's Halloween this weekend. Come over to the other side. Come here, babe. Come back, baby. Come on, stay with us just a little bit longer. We're almost done, baby. It ain't happening. Doesn't matter. Okay, actually, because I would probably, what we're going to do next, I would probably hit her accidentally. So what we're going to do is come all the way over to one side, because the fetal position is another infant pose. In Hatha Yoga, there is, so I'm supporting my head. There's oh, here she comes. See? Good girl. Come back, girl. Don't you want a little treat? She put in a little cameo. I don't know if you saw that. Maybe you might have just seen her tail bopping over. So let's do a natural movement from one fetal position to the other, right? Complete with supporting the head and everything. And by natural movement, I just mean it's a very smooth, natural movement pattern that just seems to make sense. And I'm going to, just for fun, I'm going to have both hands on the ground as I come over. Why do I need both hands on the ground? So here I am back in my fetal position on this side, and then I'm going to come back over. Remember, it's a concept that's not big in yoga, but it's big in Tai Chi and Bagua, and it's called sticking. It's this idea of adhering. So there's just this light sticking of my hands to the mat. And then just to even it up, we'll do the other side. So in our case, keeping our hands down just opens up the shoulders a little bit more. It's just nice. Okay, great. And let's come back to center. Hug your knees one final time. One last chance to release tension in the back if there are any. And then remember, you guys, I'll leave you with your quote right now, because I'm going to sneak away once we drop down into Savasana pose, or our corpse pose. This is really wonderful. So some of you, if you're quarantining with your family, then you've seen more of your family in the last year than you've seen of them in the last 20 years. But good for you. Good for you. But if you've been unable to travel due to COVID, then you miss your family a lot about now. And there happens to be, what's gotten into you? There happens to be a Chinese parable about this. It says, when full moon shines largest in the fall, homesickness multiply. And if you didn't hear that, it's in the notes for the video. All right, there's your Savasana. Thanks for your support. Thanks for your interest. Thanks for your patience, waiting for the videos to come out. Enjoy your meditation.